well, something that Stan's mentioned in the past is, the adults often have jobs that they may need to check in with. And it's very important that camps recognize this and provide access to Wi-Fi, at least certainly for the adults. And something that's kind of, when I go to camp, I have a laptop with me because I might need to check in with work. And I don't feel I can leave my laptop in my tent, so I need to leave it in my car locked up. And most camps are very insistent that you can only have one vehicle parked at the campsite. And I find that, okay, if I'm not the one that towed the troop trailer, that's probably not me, and my car and laptop might have to be in a parking lot a great distance away. That's actually kind of a barrier for me to go to camp. So I'm not sure why so many camps are so insistent that there's only one vehicle is allowed to park at the campsite, but that's frustrating.
I'll comment on that. I get that because they want it to feel wilderness based, not like a parking lot.
Right.
I get that. But each camp runs things differently. Each camp is set up differently. And remember that most of these camps weren't laid out with the internet and Wi-Fi in mind.
Yeah. GPS.
It was supposed to be, you come up here and the world is left behind and such. But Matt, you had something you were going to say.
That anytime I've gone to camp, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I have tried to make it to where I can completely turn my phone off while I'm at camp for a week, and my team can survive and do it. Because if they cannot survive a week without my decision making and all of that, then I've done a poor job in organizing, training, and equipping them. So I take it as an opportunity to
test.
Yeah, to test that thing. Like I still have my cell phones are on because of the nature of my work. So like if somebody has to talk to me, if a judge needs to talk to me, I'm gonna respond back to the judge. I'm not gonna tell the judge, sorry, I'm out in the middle of the woods. If I have cell service.
However, I'm going to argue, and I want to comment to that statement on the bottom of the screen. You also work in an industry or organization that those expectations are easily laid upon both subordinate and stuff. I know Mike owns his own company, and I've been in that position as well. And you just can't always trust that when the cat's away, the mice won't play.
They do.
Especially in this day and age with, especially even with a younger workforce, they need constant oversight, unfortunately. So again, I tell my kids, if we say it's a no cell phone day, don't tell me that you're complaining because this adult or I have my cell phone out. And I remind them they're here giving their time, but that doesn't mean they can be away on 100% of the time.
Like you're trying to get in touch with your girlfriend. They're running a business, or they have other people that. When a kid says that to me, like, well, you have your cell phone. I'm like, yes, because people's literal lives depend on what I do. Like, I'm sorry that you can't check your Roblox account while you're out there. So
And here's a comment that also too many vehicles can cause faster rate of damage, which, I get.
True.
Well, that varies from camp to camp.
Yeah. You need a golf cart. Bring a golf cart to camp.
And also I've noticed there are different ways that different adult leaders respond to the request to only have one vehicle at camp. I know there are troops where some of the adult leaders say, no, I'm just going to be here. They just kind of ignore it. I can think of a case, Spring Camp last year. One of the people with our troop, he was a brand new adult leader. Something that came up was a major customer sales contract that he had to be dealing with. And that was a major part of his annual income on the line. He had to have his car there. Yeah, it was that or take his kid and leave.
Right.
And honestly, I've known some adults that just say they can't. And I've also known adults. Honestly, I'm this way. I'm going to comply with the one car at the campsite by maybe not going to the camp. And honestly, our troop didn't go to our council spring camp because I wasn't willing to go to be the second adult. And I mean, sometimes requirements drive behaviors and outcomes. So
So Mike, can you go back to that comment from Relental?
Yeah.
And then yes.
Okay, so most adults aren't in it for the recognition, but recognition is very much deserved. And
so here's what I say. There's a couple of pet peeves that I have with adults in scouting. Well, there's more than a couple, but the ones that like say, I'm a servant leader. Well, no, you just proved you aren't by announcing that you're a servant leader.
Exactly.
Same thing when I get, I'm not in it for the recognition. Okay. I call cow poo-poo on that. That's the scout appropriate word, I guess.
You mean milk duds?
Milk duds,
big milk duds. And here's why. When I did my honor weekend, which was a manners and etiquette weekend, we taught people small talk, how to introduce yourself and how to do small talk. And the emphasis was the fact that what do I have that I can talk to you about and you can talk to me about? And the best way to get people talking is about something they know. And the one thing everybody knows the most about is themselves. Okay. And people like to, whether they admit it or not, when people show interest in you, it's almost a unnatural or a natural reaction to say, well, I'm kind of proud of this. Once you break that little barrier down, I kind of look at it the same way when people go, well, it's not about the recognition. Every person likes to be recognized and appreciated. It's just, I don't want to be called up and have a big to-do, but you know what?
Right.
Seeing your name in recognition of being a part of this or getting a thank you, I think is huge. So not everybody does it for the recognition, but that doesn't mean that it's not appreciated. And we have to, as top leaders, I'm going to say, be the ones that initiate that. Because the most people don't know how to put in for a silver beaver. How to put in for a district, or I can't nominate somebody for a district or anybody can nominate. But I have to know somebody. No, you have to know the process.
Right.
Okay.
The form.
And be sufficiently in touch with the council and the advancement committee to know that.
So look, I took like 5 years to learn how to properly write up a silver beaver nomination. And then I magically got 3 in the same year, you know? So I figured out the little formula of how to write up and what to do. I think Relental in his next comment after that said that, it's difficult when nominating somebody for an award without giving them a hint to why they're asking about certain things. And it's very true. How do you get their scouting history? I'm going to tell you, despite the fact that the Silver Beaver says this should be done, without the nominee, I tell the nominee, I'm putting you in. But I also tell them, don't get upset if you don't get it. Because I'm the nominator. I'm going to do my best to write you up. And here's what kind of promise I'll make is if we don't get you at this year, I'm going to put you in next year. I'm going to put you in next year. And I'm going to put you in next year.
And if you're on those selecting committees, they do that. They take the last years that didn't complete, and they just keep going with that.
Ours don't. It still has to be resubmitted.
Interesting.
Oh,
and honestly,
I'm die each time.
So I'm on the advancement committee for our council, and we're asking people for nominations. And it's disappointing how few nominations we get.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's like at least around here, it seems like all of a sudden people are getting awards, and I'm like, I don't ever remember hearing like a call for nominations or anything.
Yeah.
Well, there is a little bit of, well, you know what, we didn't get any nominations, so we want to bring awareness, and so you get a small little group that says, well, I'll just fill out the bare minimum. We have proof that something was submitted.
Right.
It's not the quality that it should be,
Mm-hmm.
but it meets the minimum requirements. And, you know, I've seen that in our council in the past with our district award of merits.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, we got to give these away.
And we also don't want to have kind of an in crowd getting the awards all the time.
Yeah.
And
Right.
something that
Well,
I really
those are district and council ones that are one time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get multiple. So.
okay. So something really I find frustrating in an inspiring way. Some of the adults in scouting that I find are most awesome are just quietly doing things
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of the neat thing they're doing would be the neatness of it would be lost if I point out, hey, by the way, Bob's doing Yoo-hoo, does everyone know Bob's doing this? And I'm just like,
Yeah.
So some of the most impactful scouters that I know are setting an example, but it's so quiet that no one knows.